Come MindShift Daily Channel, success rarely comes from a single moment of brilliance or an overnight transformation. It comes from something far less glamorous, but infinitely more powerful: consistency. The relentless act of showing up again and again, regardless of how you feel, how things look, or how many times you've failed. That is the secret to long-term success. It's not always the most talented who win, but the most determined. The ones who keep going when everyone else gives up. The ones who keep showing up. When you adopt a growth mindset, you begin to understand that every setback is a setup for a comeback. Every failure holds within it the seed of growth, the opportunity to learn something new, to improve, to become better than you were yesterday. But this transformation doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. It takes patience. And most importantly, it takes the commitment to keep showing up, day after day, moment after moment. Especially when it's hard. We live in a world that celebrates outcomes and often overlooks the process. We praise the winner without acknowledging the years of work it took to get there. We admire the artist but forget the countless hours of practice, the rejection, the doubt, and the perseverance. Behind every success story is a person who refused to quit. Someone who showed up when it wasn't easy, when no one was watching, when there was no applause. That's the power of a growth mindset. It shifts your focus from results to effort, from being perfect to being persistent. It tells you that your abilities are not fixed, they can grow. You are not stuck. You are not defined by your failures. You are always evolving, always learning, always becoming. Imagine a young athlete who dreams of going professional. Every morning, before the sun rises, they're out training. Not because they feel like it, but because they've committed to the journey. They show up when it rains, when it's cold, when they're tired. They know that each practice, each repetition, each drop of sweat is a building block. Even when the progress is invisible, even when it feels like nothing is changing, they trust the process. They keep showing up. This mindset applies to every area of life. In your career, you may not get the promotion right away. You might be overlooked. You might fail. But if you keep showing up, learning, adapting, growing, you build resilience. You build character. And eventually, your consistency becomes impossible to ignore. In personal development, the same principle holds true. You won't become your best self overnight. You won't read one book, attend one seminar, or meditate once and suddenly transform. Growth is cumulative. It's the result of daily effort. Small choices repeated consistently. Choosing to eat healthy when it's easier to grab fast food. Choosing to work out when the couch is calling your name. Choosing to have the difficult conversation instead of avoiding it. These choices, made day after day, shape your life. They form your identity. And in relationships, whether personal or professional, showing up matters more than grand gestures. Being present, listening, investing time and energy even when it's inconvenient. It's not about being perfect, it's about being consistent. That's what builds trust. That's what creates deep connections. That's what transforms ordinary relationships into extraordinary ones. But let's be real, showing up isn't always easy. There will be days when you feel like giving up. Days when the voice in your head tells you that you're not good enough, that it's not worth it, that you'll never make it. That's when the growth mindset becomes your superpower, because it tells you that struggle is part of the process. That feeling stuck doesn't mean you're stuck. That you are capable of change, of growth, of transformation. Think about Thomas Edison. He famously failed over 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. When asked about his failures, he said, "I have not failed. I've just found ways that won't work." That's the growth mindset in action. He didn't let failure define him. He used it as feedback, as fuel. He kept showing up. Or J.K. Rowling, who was rejected by multiple publishers before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon. She was a single mother, struggling financially, battling depression. But she kept writing, kept believing, kept showing up. Her success wasn't born from ease, it was forged in persistence. You see, long-term success isn't glamorous. It's not always Instagram worthy. It's not a highlight reel, it's a behind the scenes grind. It's choosing to keep going even when the path is unclear, even when the reward seems distant, even when no one else believes in you. And here's the beautiful truth. Every time you show up, you are casting a vote for the person you want to become. Each act of effort, each step forward, no matter how small, is progress. You may not see it immediately, but over time, it compounds. It builds momentum. It transforms you. The key is to detach from the outcome and attach to the effort. Measure your success not by what you achieve, but by how consistently you show up. Because the person who keeps showing up is unstoppable. They may fall, but they rise. They may fail, but they learn. They grow. They evolve. And eventually, they win. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't need all the answers. You just need to take the next step. And then the next. Keep moving forward. Keep learning. Keep growing. Keep showing up. That's the path to long-term success. So the next time you feel tired, show up. When you're uninspired, show up. When it seems like no one is noticing, show up. When your dreams feel too far away, show up. Because showing up is an act of courage. It's how you prove to yourself that you're not giving up, that you believe in your vision, that you are committed to your purpose. Your future is shaped in the quiet moments when you choose persistence over quitting, in the hard days when you show up anyway, in the ordinary routines that build extraordinary outcomes. Keep showing up. You're not just working on your goals, you're working on you, and that's always worth it.